Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into a scheme that's absolutely crucial for all you exam aspirants out there. The Prime Minister's Development Initiative for the Northeastern Region, or as you probably know it, PM-DevINE.
Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We'll break it down into these 5 parts so you get everything you need, especially from an exam point of view.
All right, first up, decoding PM-DevINE. Let's get the core framework down pat. These next few points are the absolute fundamentals.
So, what exactly is PM-DevINE? Well, the first thing you absolutely have to remember is that it's a central sector scheme. What does that mean? It's all about plugging the development gaps in the 8 states of the Northeastern region. This is an area with its own unique challenges, right? This whole thing was announced back in the 2022-23 union budget with one big goal: to put development there on the fast track.
Okay, here's a number you want to lock in your memory. 6,600 crore rupee. That's the total approved outlay. We're talking about a massive amount of money here, all aimed at bridging those infrastructure and social gaps. Definitely a key data point for your exams.
And this isn't an open-ended thing. The scheme has a clear timeline, 4 years, from 2022-23 all the way to 2025-26. The idea is to front-load the projects, basically get them started and finished quickly within this time frame. This helps avoid costs spiraling out of control and, more importantly, gets the benefits to the people way faster. Now, this next point is a huge deal, especially for your prelims. It is 100% centrally funded. That's right, 100%. So the state governments don't have to chip in. Why does that matter? Well, it gets rid of any potential money arguments or delays and lets the central government really drive the development agenda directly. Okay, we've got the basics down. Now let's get into the why and the how. What exactly is PM-DevINE trying to achieve, and what makes it stand out from other schemes? So here they are, the 4 core objectives. Pay close attention to that first one, the link to PM GatiShakti. This is super important. PM GatiShakti is that huge national master plan for connectivity, right? So, linking to it means PM-DevINE projects aren't just built in isolation. They're designed to fit into the bigger picture, to work together with other projects. It's not just about building stuff, it's about building it smart. Now, trying to remember 4 objectives for an exam can be tough, but don't worry, we've got a great little mnemonic for you. Just remember one word: life. Seriously, it perfectly sums up the whole spirit of the scheme.
Let's break it down. L is for livelihood, especially for youth and women. I is for infrastructure. And remember, that's the one connected to GatiShakti. F is for felt needs, meaning the projects are based on what the region actually needs. And E is for the empty gaps, filling in those developmental holes that other schemes might not cover. See? L-I-F-E, simple. Okay, beyond the big goals, there are some other key features you gotta know. First, this scheme complements other schemes, it doesn't replace them. That's a classic exam trap. Second, there's a price tag for projects. They have to be between 20 crore and 500 crore. Also, and this is a really practical point, the cost of running and maintaining the project for the first 4 years can be included. Huge deal. And finally, there's a negative list, things the scheme will not pay for, like buying land or direct cash transfers to individuals.
All right, let's talk about who's in charge. This is a super important section for your exams, the governance structure. You really need to know who calls the shots and how it all works.
So it's a 2-tier system. Think of it like this. At the state level, you've got the SLEC, the State Level Empowered Committee. The big boss there is the state's chief secretary. They do the initial screening, they figure out the priorities on the ground. Then, the proposals go up to the central level, to the EIMC, the Empowered Inter-Ministerial Committee. This one's headed by the Secretary of the Ministry of Donor. They give the final nod. This whole setup is designed to balance what the states need with the central government's oversight.
Okay, so we've covered the theory, the what, why, and how. But is it actually working? Let's look at the progress report. The numbers here really tell a story.
Just look at this timeline. You can see the scheme really picking up steam. In early 2024, we're at 17 projects. A year later, boom, we've jumped to 36 projects worth almost 5,000 crore rupees. And the best part? We're starting to see projects actually getting completed. It's moving from paper to reality.
And we're not just talking about one type of project. The variety is amazing. You've got social projects, like a new dental college in Tripura. You have major infrastructure, like the Kamakya corridor in Assam. And then there are these really cool livelihood projects, like using banana stems to make products, which actually benefits multiple states. It just shows how flexible the scheme is.
To really get a feel for the impact, let's zoom in on a specific example from Meghalaya. There's a great quote from the union minister that captures the spirit here. It's not just about building infrastructure, it's about building futures.
Let's talk about the Integrated Sohar Tourism Circuit. This is a huge project. The goal is to take Sohar, famous for all that rain, and turn it into a top-tier, sustainable tourist hub. We're talking experience centers, upgraded eco-parks, even adventure stuff like hot air balloon rides. It's all about getting tourists to stay longer and spend more. This is a fantastic example to drop in your mains answers, by the way.
And the scale of this one project is just massive. Over 650 crore rupees is being invested. The payoff? It's expected to create more than 4,600 jobs and give a real boost to local incomes. It perfectly captures that idea the minister talked about, where tourism directly translates into income for local families.
All right, that was a lot of information, so let's pull it all together in a quick revision module. If you remember nothing else, remember these points for your exam.
Okay, core details. Full form, Prime Minister's Development Initiative for Northeastern Region, scheme type, Central Sector Scheme with 100% central funding. The money, 6,600 crore rupee. The timeline, up to 2025-26. And the objectives? Just remember LIFE and its connection to PM GatiShakti.
Next up, key data. As of early 2025, we're looking at 36 sanctions projects with a total value of almost 5,000 crore rupees. How many are done? 2. Both are passenger ropeways in Sikkim. And the project size? Minimum 20 crore rupees, maximum 500 crore rupees. Got it?
And finally, the governance. Who's in charge? At the central level, it's the EIMC, led by the Secretary of MDONR. At the state level, it's the SLEC, led by the Chief Secretary. And what's not covered? Remember the exclusions? No money for buying land, no staff costs, and no direct benefit transfers.
So this brings us to a really important question, something to think about for your mains. With all this development speeding up, how do you strike the right balance? How can we build all this new infrastructure without harming the Northeast's incredibly delicate environment and its unique cultural heritage? It's a tough question, but a crucial one.
We really hope this breakdown helped you make sense of the PM-DevINE scheme. For more deep dives like this, definitely check out the other videos on our channel. And of course, if you found this useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Best of luck with your studies.